Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-tackling a question you probably see every time you step into a hospital or clinic. Why the white coat? It seems obvious, right? White equals clean. But did you know that for centuries, doctors and surgeons wore clothes that were actually dark, think black, brown, or even red, and that iconic, crisp, white lab coat we know today? It's only been around for about 150 years, and the reason for the switch is absolutely fascinating. It's a story of failure, revolution, and the birth of modern medicine. Ready to scrub in and uncover the truth? Let's dive in. Before the late 19th century, medicine was ... well, pretty grim. Infections were rampant because doctors didn't understand germs. Surgeons often wore dark aprons or coats, and the reason is kind of disgusting. It was to hide all the blood and grime. A dark coat that was literally stiff with dried bodily fluids was seen as a badge of honor, proof of an experienced, busy surgeon. I know, yuck. It was a sign of experience, but it was also incredibly dangerous. So, what changed? The game changer was the work of incredible pioneers like Louis Pasteur and Joseph Lister. They introduced the revolutionary idea of germ theory, the concept that tiny, invisible organisms are what actually cause disease. This was a massive turning point for all of humanity. Once doctors finally understood that germs were real, those dark stained coats went from being a badge of honor to a massive liability. They were breeding grounds for infection. If medicine was going to become a true science focused on healing, it needed a fresh, clean start. And that's where the color white comes in. So, why white? It's more than just looking clean. It's loaded with meaning. First, and most practically, is cleanliness and something called asepsis. White makes any dirt, spills, or blood immediately visible. If a white coat is visibly soiled, it has to be changed. This forces a culture of rigorous hygiene, which is the absolute cornerstone of modern sterile medical practices. Second, the color white became a symbol of science and hope. As a medicine transitioned from a trade, think of the old barber surgeons, to a respected science like chemistry or biology. Doctors wanted to adopt the look of the laboratory. The scientist's lab coat was already white, symbolizing empirical truth, research, and precision. Wearing white represented a move away from guesswork and towards evidence-based healing. It showed the world that medicine was now a field of science. And third, it's all about psychology and trust. The color white carries powerful psychological associations. It represents purity, honesty, and peace. When a nervous patient sees a caregiver in a clean white coat, it instantly projects an image of competence, trustworthiness, and a deep commitment to their health. The white coat became a powerful, reassuring uniform. But wait, what about scrubs? Why do surgeons and nurses often wear blue or green instead of white in the operating room? Well, the story is fascinating. Staring at the pure white of a surgical team's clothes under the intense white lights of an operating room caused serious eye fatigue. It could even create a distracting green or red afterimage when the surgeon looked away from the patient's internal organs. Blue and green are on the opposite side of the color wheel from red, which helps the surgeon's eyes stay sharp, refreshed, and focused on the critical task at hand. The white coat is so symbolic that it even has its own ceremony. In medical schools all around the world, there's a rite of passage called the white coat ceremony. This is when students receive their very first white coat, marking their formal commitment to the profession, to ethical practice, and to serving patients. It's a huge, emotional moment that signifies the start of their journey. So there you have it. The white coat isn't just a piece of clothing, it's a living symbol of a medical revolution. It's a sign that medicine has dedicated itself to cleanliness, science, and the highest possible standard of care. It truly is the color of the modern healer. What did you think of this deep dive? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think doctors should always wear white, or do you prefer the look of colored scrubs? I read all your comments, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.